Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela. So I told you guys I was going to start doing more mediumship readings. I was going to do one yesterday, Monday. Today is Tuesday. Actually, it's almost midnight, so it's almost Wednesday. So I thought I would go ahead and do a Tarot Tuesday mediumship reading. So earlier today, let's backtrack to earlier today. It literally felt like somebody appeared at my shoulder. So I kind of turned on some meditation music and kind of zoned out and started just asking the usual questions. How did you die? What's your name? That kind of thing. Because I feel names are very powerful. And if I feel like you're close to me, um, and I know your name, it can draw you even closer, if that makes sense. Um, so I started writing down all the stuff I was getting, and I immediately got some information. So I decided at lunchtime to, instead of my normal spread, I would do my new spread that I started doing. And if I can show you on my other phone, where have I just stuck it? I pulled from I've been using this Might Hurt Tarot all week to try to get used to the cardstock on the mass market edition. Yes, I used my, this Might Hurt Tarot, and I got the Three of Pentacles, and I literally saw this as someone working on her grave. And I got that she was a African American, 17, 18 years old. And then this card here and this here, these two cards are from my Orion's Animal Tarot. I never used that deck, so I thought I would try to use it here with this spread, and it worked out beautiful. But these two cards are like the personality of this person. And I got the Sun card, and I got the Lover's card, and I feel like that she was a very big personality. Like, it was nonstop talking. And then of course, here, this card, this is from my Wild Woman Oracle. The colors match so well with that card from both of these. I thought the color aesthetics of it, or the coloring of it, was beautiful. The grays and the greens, and it's the same like tones of greens and grays, which I thought was beautiful. So this card here represents what they learned in life that they carried over in death. And she learned to roar. And I just that's beautiful, because I really felt that she was this fiery, sunny, dynamic personality. And then what she learned in the afterlife, it was to rewild her spirit. So like I've said before, this can be like a jumping off point spread. And I actually redid kind of the spread here, just with these two decks. But kept, all of a sudden I was getting all this information, and I'm like, my brain was like on overload, because I'm trying to, first of all, still doing my job. Second of all, this stuff kept coming, and I'm just like, look, if this is all chaos, I get it. If it's all my imagination, I get it. But how can I be making up stuff this quickly in my head, like one thing after another? And it's funny, because I had asked initially 5 questions of her. Let me find it here. I wrote a bunch of stuff down. How did you die? When did you die? What is your name? Where did you die? And all 4 of those, and all of the ramblings that I got, was answered in one way, shape, or form, which I found interesting after the fact. But the information I got that this girl is 17 or 18 years old. She's African American. Her hair is cut. She keeps her hair like almost like a bob, but it's curly. It's short. It's like a short afro. But it's just kind of like everywhere. And I actually saw her wearing, she was very thin. I saw her wearing a orange, white, and yellow striped, like 70s, like almost crocheted tank spaghetti strapped V-neck tank top, and then like worn gray jeans. They're like so faded, they're almost gray. And they were like bell bottomy at the bottom, like they were wide leg at the bottom. And she had her foot out, smiling. I mean, she had the perfect teeth, perfect complexion. She was smiling so big at someone, and she was like sticking her foot out at them, and the toes were well manicured, painted red. They were beautiful, perfect feet, and this is the image that came to mind. And I saw her physically talking to someone, laughing at someone, and she just looked like she was so enamored with this person. And then I just kept getting this high personality, like she did what she wanted to do. She did what she wanted to do. So then I got, for some reason, the song Apple Bottom Jeans kept coming up. And I'm like, because I felt like she may have passed, from the outfit she was wearing initially, I thought she was from the 70s. And then I'm like, no, she feels like a more recent passing. And when I say recent, it could be in the last decade or two. So there's that. But I kept getting like 2002 to 2010, somewhere in that range. And for some reason, Apple Bottom Jeans kept popping up, and I'm like, why? And something made me look up the year Apple Bottom Jeans came out, the song. So the jeans themselves came out in 2002. The song came out in 2007. So that we're right in the range there of when she possibly died, which blew my mind right off the bat, because I'm like, why would I even think of looking at what year this stupid song that kept running through my head kept coming into. But then I actually watched the video, and it come up with all kinds of feels. I could almost feel like her panic of maybe reliving a moment or something happening. I do get that she was 17 or 18, but she had a fake ID. That she was dating someone she was not supposed to be dating, like a teacher or someone. I got that she was from Michigan. I kept getting a name Tara or Tara. I got that she was clubbing, that she was possibly buried in the woods. I kept seeing a black sedan. Okay, so here's where it gets weird. So Tara Gibson is the name that came up to my mind, and I'm like, what? And then I heard the word fake ID, and I'm like, wait a minute. So what's her real name? And it went blank. After that, I just stopped getting any information, and I'm like, what is happening? So I'm thinking, okay, she also liked to play music. I think she played a guitar. Tara would be, and it sounds like a stretch, but it seems so right. Guitar is Tara without the G, and there's an A added. So guitar Tara. She just took like the middle part of the word and made it her name. And then Gibson, of course, is the name of a guitar. And I'm like, is she giving me her fake ID name? Why wouldn't she give me her real name? But apparently this club that she went to, she frequented a lot. Everybody knew her. Everybody knew technically that she wasn't 21, but they overlooked it because she was a party animal. She liked to go out and have fun and do things, and she was a wild, crazy by nature personality. And I did say, how old does your fake ID say you are? And I got 21 to 23. So anywhere from 21 to 23. It's like when I went to try to do real personal stuff, she clammed up. But she was all about telling me all about the club and all about this and all about that. And I'm like, weird. And then I saw an image of the boyfriend. He's maybe 30, 32, dark brown hair, glasses, clearly some kind of professor, something like that. And then asked her, of course, how she died, and I started choking, and I immediately heard choke to death. And so she was strangled. Someone murdered her. She was strangled. And what I got out of this whole thing was that her and her boyfriend were on the outs because he was trying to end it, and because he was married, and I think his wife was catching on. And she said, well, I'll teach him. I'll go clubbing tonight. When he had, I guess, I felt like he begged her not to go to that club because maybe there was seedy gang things happening, drug things happening there, and he told her not to go there. And she's like, well, he's not my boss. I'm going to go do what I want. And I think she went there, met someone. They drugged her. I think they had her in their car. I actually see her in someone's car, them raping her, and in the middle of her being raped, she starts to fight back because the drugs are wearing off, and he chokes her to death. I later see this man dragging her through the woods. I see him with a shovel burying her, and he looks a lot like the teacher boyfriend, but he's not the teacher boyfriend. He also is a tall white man, slender build, with dark brown hair, but he doesn't have the glasses on, and his facial features are a little different than hers. That's what I got from this whole thing earlier today. And I'm like, why am I getting so much information? And I almost feel like she was found. Her body was found. I kept feeling from the very beginning of this, there was an urgency to this. I feel like her body was found, and there was a necklace found on her that immediately everyone assumed it was the teacher, and he did it, and he's in jail. And maybe he's on death row. Maybe there's some kind of something there, but the person that actually killed her is still at large. They're still out there. And maybe, like I said, there's a sense of urgency. Maybe he's coming up for death row. Maybe they're about to put him down. Something with the boyfriend that isn't right, because he, as slimy as he was, dating a 17, 18-year-old girl while married also, he didn't murder her. Somebody else did. And I saw them burying her. And it just boggled my mind, the amount of crap that I was seeing clairvoyantly, because usually I just know things and then I see it later, but no, this was like a full-on movie I was watching today. So I thought I would, and I told her, I said, I can't do any more right now. I was starting to get really sad and really depressed, and I was starting to feel all of her emotions, because it was like she was relaying all this stuff to me, but it wasn't really hitting home until I was seeing the guy burying her and all that. And then she was like, oh yeah, this also happened. And she got really sad, and I think I felt her sadness. I know that she has moved on, across the plane, whatever you want to call it, moved out of the earthly realm. But I think she's in this urgent mode now, because the person that actually killed her is still gone out there. I feel like this person probably was her only. She was the only person he's ever harmed like that. Maybe not so much with the raping. I feel like they are that type of person, but they've never killed anyone else. This was a total accident. The fact that they didn't find his fingerprints on her neck or anything like that shocks me, because I do think she was found. But again, I don't have a real name. I just have what name she was telling me on her ID. Tara Gibson. But I also feel like a lot of people knew who Tara Gibson was. Anyway, I did do a meditation and did a little bit more cards here, and I asked her if there was any other information she wanted, and this was her again, and of course, I got the Ten of Swords, and there was the key word here is oppression, which I feel like that was the boyfriend trying to get her to calm down. And when he realized, I can't tame this wild child, that's when he decided he was going to break up with her, because she could blow up his life. He had every reason to kill her, but he's not that type of person. Yes, he was slimy and cheated with a young person, but he's not a murderer. Um, and I feel like even his wife is like, I mean, the second he was turned in, she divorced him. Like, it was like, no. Maybe this was her final straw. Maybe this was her. Um, I feel like she knew about his salacious activities, I guess you want to call it. But this was like the final straw for her. And she divorced him as soon as he went to jail. So he's never had anybody backing him up while in jail. And I feel like that he was actually home with the wife when her murder was taking place. And nobody believes him because they found out, of course, he was dating a kid. So that's what I feel here. Like, this was his way. He was trying to oppress her by, you can't go to this nightclub. You can't do that. And every time he said you can't, it made her want to do more things, which got her into trouble. This I see as her personality or something about her. Eight of Wands, I do see that very fiery, very fast forward, charging into everything personality with her. I also have the Nine of Wands, which to me, again, is there a form of oppression. Like, she felt so stifled in the world that she had to scream. She had to roar. She had to yell. She really didn't, but that's what I feel like. Maybe her home life. Can't even get into her home life because all this other crap came out. I have no idea about her home life at all. And I don't know if any of this, like, I'm choosing to accept that this is all real, even though I have no proof of none of it, right? So this is, like I said, this is for entertainment purposes. I promised a spirit that came to me that I would give her more information or get more information, or I would do this again for her. And I know it's not her real name, but Tara Gibson is what I'm choosing to go by. If you have any other information, let me know. I am pulling from this, and I did drop already the news and information. So I feel like there's another one. Hitchhiking. This is a deck from another person on YouTube. Oh my gosh. And then assault came up. She was assaulted. That's awful. And now I'm going to pull from my Life is Like a Board Game. I just feel like this is, as sleazy as this guy is, he doesn't deserve to go to prison or get electric chair either. I think it's an electric chair, what I want to see. Maybe, I don't even know if anybody does electric chair anymore. Do they do electric chair in Michigan? Abundant Legacy Avenue. I don't know. Maybe that's her Perseverance Gardens. That's totally seven of Wands here, and then we got 10 of Pentacles here. 10 of Pentacles, she was trying to have it all at like 17 years old, and I'm like, why? You're like, you don't need to have it all at 17 years old. And then we got Waiting Patiently Avenue. 7 of Pentacles, so the 7s are coming up again for this. And again, we have a wand, like, the Waiting Patiently Avenue, I think, is I feel like she's like, I've been waiting for so long for somebody to be able to talk to me and tell them, hey, this is the real story. This is what's happening right now. And this was her personality in life, and this is what she was trying to achieve, this abundant. I feel like she may have not come from a great home, which is why she was trying to have it all by herself at 17, 18 years old. She had the boyfriend that really did care about her, even though he was married and much older, and it was taboo. Yeah, that's what I'm getting here. She's not giving me, and look, we got the sun again. Actually got the sun earlier, so in the previous spread I showed you. It just keeps coming up with this vibrant personality, you know. And then on the bottom it says messenger of romance and invitations. So that's interesting because she went to this club because of the romance and the lover from that. And I had lovers earlier. So yeah, that's what I got for her. If you guys want me to do this again, let me know. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, if you have information that you know of about this person or anything about it, because like I said, I have no information. I have nothing. As far as I know, I'm making this all up. I don't know, but this is what all I got today when I was at work, and I've explained to you guys that stuff just comes up to me at work like craziness. And it won't leave me alone. Like I said, it's almost midnight. It won't leave me alone until I've actually done something like this, which is why my confirmation that this is all real. Because if it was my imagination, I'd just go to sleep and not worry about it. But this has been on my mind since 1 o'clock today. So, without further ado, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to comment below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe and don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And y'all have a good night. Bye.